Greetings folks, I'm in beautiful downtown Pigalle, which is centre of probably the sex industry, you could say, in Paris. It's also where the famous Moulin Rouge nightclub is at the moment. And despite it being my 7th time to Paris since I first came here in 1975, I still enjoy coming here, and I enjoy coming here mainly because of the architecture, and there's a certain feel about it. I mean, there's no doubt it's an incredible place. It doesn't require me to talk about it, it speaks for itself. So today I want to talk about some impressions of Paris, and I also want to talk about something else. My impressions of Paris are, so when I first arrived in Paris in '75, I was overwhelmed by how multicultural it was. It seemed even more multicultural than London at the time, where I spent 3 months. And the food was definitely on another level compared to the fish and chips plus English breakfast of London. These days, slowly but surely, my opinion of Parisian food has diminished, you could say. And it's because I guess it's because I don't really know where to go here. I'm a tourist, and no one's told me where to go, and maybe if that was the case it'd be different. However, there's still something magical about this place, and it's not going to be my last time that I'm here. Now behind me you're not seeing anything incredible. There are really beautiful areas. This is not a bad area, and I'll just give you a quick look at a typical, shall we say, French building. That's it there. And as I said, this is a centre of the sex industry. So I just had a cup of coffee, and unfortunately folks, Paris doesn't believe in alternate milk. It just believes the milk comes out of a cow, and in my opinion that sort of milk is good for calves. For people like me who are lactose intolerant, it's horrible. So I've got to drink stuff. I've got to drink what they call here an Americano, which is literally just a long black. Now to my other topic of discussion. You know, and my other topic of discussion is pretty simple, folks. 1 second. Henry Kissinger is supposed to have said that it's bad being an enemy of the states, but it could be worse, you could be their friend. And that's exactly how it describes the current relationship between America and Europe, the European Union. Now, we saw in Australia, we saw what happened when Australia reneged on its purchase of French submarines, and instead went to Uncle Sam and bought his crap. But anyway, that's not really what I wanted to talk about, but that's an example of exactly how America treats his friends. It doesn't give a shit about them. And the fact that it doesn't give a shit about them says a lot about America. It considers itself above the law. It considers itself, whatever it does is good, or whatever everyone else does is questionable and often bad. Now, what I'm going to talk about is really, just want to mention that the actual Nord Stream pipeline, folks, we've had no problems here. The weather is cold outside, but there's heating and there's hot water and there's food everywhere. So next stop's going to be Brussels, and after that Germany. And Germany is probably the epicenter of the problem. Everybody is saying that Germany will be cold and miserable and no food. I'm looking forward to seeing if that's the case. But what that illustrates is, once again, America doesn't give a shit about its friends. And Aussies keep that in mind, even though we're English speaking, and that may endear us a little bit more to the Americans. But what the Americans did with Nord Stream is exactly how it thinks and feels about the rest of the world. They can do whatever they want to it, and they have. Now, the destruction of Nord Stream is not the only thing that's going on. They're also asking industries from Europe to relocate to America. And they're not asking them. What they've actually done is created the preconditions where industry here will be unable to work because of lack of energy, and Americans are saying, come to us, we'll look after you. Folks, people criticize me for saying I talk too much about America, but America runs the world and has run the world since 1945, you could say. But I don't know how long people in Europe are going to put up with this shit, because a lot of people in Europe that I speak to here know what's going on and know where they stand with the States. Getting back to Australia, folks, I was very disappointed. My team, the mighty red and black, we picked a good player apparently in Satsas, but I wish they had picked our Macedonian man from Adelaide, Filipov, or Filippo as he calls himself. Now, man, the Filippo family, brothers, if you're Macedonians, reclaim your name so that you don't have to explain your identity anymore. Anyway, folks, next stop, Brussels, and I'll do a little rant from Brussels too. Take care, everyone. Shall I say I miss you all? I actually do. I miss Australia. Australia's gone from arguably one of the most boring cuisines in the world to one of the best. It's gone from being very white bread to very multicultural. And that's what I liked about Paris in the first place. Now I don't have to travel for good food to Europe or China or wherever. We can have it in Australia. Anyway, folks, I'll just give you one more look of where I'm at. One more of where I am. Ciao.